I will never financially recover from this.
It turns out that Brickworld Chicago, the world's biggest LEGO convention, is also one of the world's biggest money pits. And everywhere you look, there is sets, minifigures, and parts that you could buy. So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing my slightly expensive haul and my brother's haul to see whether or not it was worth it. So besides tickets and travel expenses, this brick built badge was really the first thing that we bought when we got to the convention. I showed this in the last video, but it has some custom engraved bricks with my name on it and a lot of room for customization. Then I bought Mike and Ike's Sig Fig, which again you've seen in another video, but what you haven't seen is this. I got a bunch of bulk pieces, I mean not bulk, at one of the vendors. A lot of the vendors were charging ridiculous prices that just weren't worth going to. Some of them were selling sets that were currently on sale on Amazon for double the retail value, so you try to stay away from those. But these ones are about Bricklink prices, right? You can't get a set with just a bunch of these for $2. And they'll run you, I think this is about 20 or 40 of them. They'll run you however much that is divided by $2 a piece. So it's like, you know what? That's fair. And the reason I bought from this vendor is because they had a conveyor belt piece. I've never actually seen this before, but I was kind of like checking the prices of things on my phone on Bricklink, and this is actually, yeah, around what I paid for, $4. To get it from Bricklink, so minus shipping, so that's like even better. I love conveyor belts, I love building factories, and the biggest pain is to like get them actually like set up, and this has all the easy stuff done for me. So then it has just the, you know, you plug in a little axle here, and then it's done, right? So I could even get a couple of these and do like different layers and conveyor belts, different angles. These little treads may keep things. Let's take out one of these dark orange tiles and see if it like keeps him going up the conveyor. Come on. Yes, it does, kind of. You kind of have to not do what I'm doing here, but you know, there's potential. A lot of gold detailing for a certain gold bedazzled CMF from Series 27. Excited to do that video. A bunch of brown tile. These always break on me because they're brittle brown, so you know what? I decided to get a bunch more of them. And then finally for this purchase, a bunch of quarter-round black tiles, because you know what, you can never use too many of those. I can use a ton, you can use a little bit, you know, it kind of just depends on what builds you're working on. But now I have them on hand to build stuff with. So, you know what, it's a little bit maybe expensive. I spent I gave myself a budget of $10 at the stand, because I was like, oh, the conveyor looks cool. And so then I just found some of what could be the most useful pieces from there. Another vendor I checked out was Citizen Brick. You might have seen a lot of their cursed products in other YouTubers' videos. I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I saw these two faces and I thought, well, these kind of fit in with the LEGO design portfolio. So they would have even worked, especially this bottom one, would have worked perfect for my murder mystery video. Because it's just like, it looks like that classic LEGO face, but no, he's just dead. And then this one's just like dead neutral, so I thought these were kind of funny. Looks kind of like emojis, but I'll definitely get some use out of this. I'm not, or I don't know, I've never dipped my toes into the realms of like customs and all the things, and so this is kind of like some of the first that I'm getting, so it's kind of exciting. And again, like, it's not going to stand out too much where it's like, that doesn't even look like LEGO. This absolutely looks like LEGO, and it's, you know, I think it's even using official pieces, maybe? And then pad or UV printed. Again, I still do not know the difference, but hey, I'm excited for those. And we are also excited to hear about the illegal garage sale happening on Thursday night. And I say illegal, that's what people are calling it. It's not really illegal, it was just like the garage sale before the real garage sale that happened on Friday night, where it was just friends trading with friends to offload some excess stock. But anyways, gotta give a huge shout out to Will Bricks Productions. He gave me a special discount. I think he was charging 10 for this special Wolf Pack minifigure, Series 27. The vendors were charging like an arm and a leg for this thing, so even 10 would have been a steal. But he gave me the friends and family discount of $8, so thank you, Will. This is awesome. And another wolf to go with it. I'm excited for this video. Meanwhile, my brother Jordan walked away with his awesome Ninjago set. It's one of those ones from the, I don't even know what season this is from, the Skull Dungeon, but it comes with like this spinner dice thing, so it's kind of like a board game experience where you like go on different steps. And what he was looking at, it comes with a lot of great figures and this cool bone sword on top. As you'll continue to see, he's trying to build up his fantasy custom minifigure collection to build a bunch of cool things. And yeah, this combines with all the different things from that wave. That was a cool wave, actually. If anyone's actually played this board game, let me know if it's fun or not. It looks kind of cool. But anyways, he got a great deal on this too. I think he paid like 30 for it, and that's like the minimum people are charging on Bricklink. I saw at the real garage sale, people are charging 45, so for sealed, hey, that's a steal. Then the next day, we actually took a quick trip to the local Lego store in Schaumburg there. Spent a bunch of money on Pick-a-Brick. I'm actually gonna do a separate video where I'm going through all this, because like there's plenty enough in there for just one video. But then that night, it was time for the real garage sale. Apparently, I didn't check my email well enough. They were sending out tickets ahead of time. You could buy tickets to get in at 8 or 8:30. We did not do that, and so the earliest we could get in was 8:50, and so I think a lot of the great deals were gone by then, but there was still plenty of things that caught our eye. I believe the first thing I bought was this big fig. So during the illegal garage sale, I was looking at a Monkey Kid set that was I think $130 with the big cargo ship with all the shipping containers, and especially I liked this guy in there. This guy, and like there's a pig minifigure. And so I was looking at Bricklink, comparing prices, hemming and hawing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to save my money for the real deal. And I'm glad I did, because this was only $10. And on Bricklink, like that's a really good price compared to Bricklink. I didn't blow $130 on a set I didn't really need to get a $10 figure. So yeah, patience pays off. I think this one and this Viking figure I have for a future Series 24 video. Eventually I want to unbox Series 4 too, but I had this figure as a kid actually, and I lost the helmet. So it's really cool to see one again. I'm very excited for this video. This one, and I believe this set were all from the same seller, Red Suit Studs. He had the best branding. He just wore a red suit the entire weekend. I was giving out business cards and minifigures. It was great. But anyways, this is from a theme called Prince of Persia, way back when, one of LEGO's first licensed themes for some reason. But it was a set I always wanted as a kid. My brother ended up picking it up, and it's called like the Temple of Time or something. I always saw this in the catalogs and thought like the booby traps are so cool, how you like couldn't go through it, and there's these nougat lions, all these cool medieval figures, which again, that's what he was interested in. A light up brick at the end, so hey, I'm happy for him. I'm excited to see him build this and see it all built. It's kind of cool. You can see this is a giant bag. He said it was kind of uncomfortable to hold because, you know, they were pieces like hopefully not falling out, but regardless, a very good find. Another shout out to Peter's Pieces for giving me a discount on this gift with purchase set. I think he was charging 15 for it. I walked away with it for 10. Comes with 2 elf minifigures, including this red elf hat that I ended up painting one of my last copies of, so it's cool to get another copy of that. A squirrel, and then a bunch of just useful pieces. Green cheese slopes, dark green cheese slopes, all this gray and white pieces for rock work and snow work. Some of those cool like round flat gears, and it's sealed, so hey, this is really good for $10.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. Start the new rescue helicopter. Hey!
This is probably my favorite set I found. It's the original Lego City rescue helicopter from that commercial. And if you know some of the lore of the channel, this was actually my very first Lego set that I received when I was 5 or 6. I still have it. I made a video 5 years ago, I think, about this when the meme was popular. But to find a sealed copy of this set for only 50 bucks, which is like a third of what Bricklink is charging for it, I could not believe my eyes. And it's really cool to see the box too. Obviously, I saw it when I was a kid, but I have no memories of the different pictures on the back of the box. You can see the different scenes. This one I love. The man is in the river and they have to go rescue it. Use the lifeline, deploy the stretcher, and make the rescue. The new emergency collection from Lego City. Like, you could see that box in the commercial, and now I have it, so I might keep this sealed forever because it's a very fun collectible to have both of these with the meme and the nostalgia. Like, come on. This was certainly the oldest Lego set I've found so far, but I came into the garage sale and the entire weekend, obviously, with the goal of finding at least one cool retro space set. I've been developing an interest in older Lego themes from 1, watching other channels like RR Slugger and Bricking Up Brad, and then 2, seeing how sad and disappointing Lego's current original themes are, or just the lack of. Like, the themes they have are great, but there's just not many of them. There's like one of them that's still going right now. Monkey Kid and Dreams are dying. So anyways, I wanted to see if I could go back and appreciate the older sets for a relatively reasonable price. And I probably should have checked the price of this on Bricklink, but I was able to haggle this for about $250 off, so that was kind of cool. This is the Radon Rover from a theme called Lego UFO, and it looks so goofy. Newer Lego space themes from probably like the last 10 years are obsessed with being as realistic and similar to NASA as possible. But to see this in comparison is so much more imaginative and childlike and just goofy. I love it. It comes with with this amazingly detailed minifigure with all this shiny gold printing, and 3 of these weird angled pieces. I don't know what they're called, but 2 of them are printed. It's got a little compartment in the back, rover wheels. Admittedly, one of these little laser beams is like, I don't know, someone took a bite out of it or what, but you know what, I got it for a decent price. You can't really, I can complain about this. They were missing one of these pieces though. I think you're supposed to put it in the back, but it's okay. This one came with the original instruction book that shows the cool old artwork. Man, remember when they used to put artwork on the front of instructions? But they have like multiple steps per page. It seems so cool and retro. Only 15 steps. And then this is something I I never actually experienced this, but I'm gonna say I miss it anyways. Because back then they used to put alternate builds that you could build using the pieces in this set, kind of like Dreams is doing nowadays to a more extensive extent. But all these different models can be built using just the pieces in this set. And because it doesn't have like a million small 1x1 tiles and plates, it's pretty easy to just take this apart. I spent like 5 minutes building this in the hotel room that night, but you can build it into this thing, that thing. I'm looking forward to building that one. But again, it encourages kids to be creative and try different things. They don't give instructions for these things. Like nowadays, they like, if they have an alternate model, you have to go on the website and find the instructions for it. No, it's a challenge. So hey, use the pieces in your own special way. It's pretty easy to like figure out because they're so simple and large. But to find out how to build this is an extra added challenge. So hey, I really appreciate this. I wish LEGO would do more of this, and I'm excited to start my retro space collection with this guy. And this one, this is the Sonic Stinger from a theme called Insectoids, and it has this amazing 2 blue clear printed wings with these. This is the old kind of ratchet, or it was replaced by the ratchet joint, but it's this old joint piece that has so much flexibility. There are so many different parts and accessories kind of like added or made in this design language that you can like combine them all. These tubes are a little bit loose. They can keep coming off of this top motor thing. But again, the figure is incredible. It comes with this helmet, this armor. Wow. These incredible bug eye pieces. I used 2 of these to make the disco ball in that Disco Zoo video way back when. In this transparent neon green color that's now retired. This cool crystal that has like a magnetic or metal sticker on it. And I actually had to, they were missing the magnet. I was actually really upset about that because that is a very rare part. And thankfully I had one for my own collection, but bad on that. I will probably not be buying from that specific seller next year. They didn't have the magnet, or there's a battery in this thing, so maybe it was like they flew and they couldn't take that on the plane. I kind of get that, but they should have had that listed on the bag. Anyways, like I said, yeah, there's a battery in this thing. And so this entire gray piece is all one piece with these transparent neon yellow kind of added in there. But it has 3 different buttons that it plays sounds, and I think it lights up too. Yeah! That's so cool. And this one kind of goes on forever, but it's like a mosquito. The whole thing is shaped like one giant mosquito with the wings that you can pose at different angles. And then the stinger in back, obviously the eyes and antenna up front. And these cool leg things, you can't pose the back ones because they're kind of locked in there. But you can pose the front ones at different angles. So like, this is incredible. Insectoids, like, I think I prefer, obviously it's bigger, but I prefer like just like the general look and colors of this one better than this one, but they're still both really cool. They kind of match their different color schemes of at least the windscreens. But one final thing is that this thing, like I said, it has a magnetic sticker on it, or I don't know if it's metal or lead. Hopefully it's not lead. But it comes with a magnet, and so you can like pick it up. And this is kind of a precursor to like Life on Mars or Mars Mission, where you like collect all the power crystals. And so I don't even know what, oh, it probably powers this engine here. You can like come up with your own lore. There's not like a TV show you need to follow along to follow that. But then yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to come off, or you take it off and put it on a different part. Oops, maybe not that. No instructions for this one, unfortunately, too, but there's a lot of fun alternate builds I found on the instructions online. But overall, I have to say, I'm a retro space fan now. I gotta get more of these. Jordan bought some figures with the last of his budget. He said he wished he hadn't bought these 2 because it was like a 2-for-1 pack. I was like, I could use these for different girl hair things. This hair in particular with the printed leaves, Poison Ivy, is pretty cool. But they weren't like that interesting. They were pretty cheap. But then he found this seller selling a bunch of old classic Ninjago figures. I don't actually know if this is old. Is this from season 1, or is it like from when they rebooted it? Probably that. Because $5 for this guy, like that's a huge deal. I've never actually seen these before, like the big molded heads.
That's so cool. Like, it's a realistic skull thing. And he said there was armor that he could use, just like the skeleton in general. What's this guy? Speaking of general, I don't know Ninjago names. Do I have a trading card of this guy? Probably not. But I was thinking this armor is like one big piece. It's like, okay, that's kind of useful. But no, it's two separate pieces, which makes it way more useful. So yeah, this will be very cool for custom orcs or something. It even has a stud on the back that you can attach flags and stuff to. This is like a snake warrior, probably. But speaking of snake warrior, so you have this, like, he said this is probably the least useful one, but it's still pretty cool. If you ever have to do, like, if Egypt is on fire, here's a flaming mummy torso that you can use. But this cool dual molded snake head, for all you Ninjago lovers, like, I'm sorry if I don't know these characters' names, but again, kind of like Retro Space, I kind of want to get into Ninjago, but I know both are quite expensive at this point. But this was not expensive. It was only $5. It kind of goes with this guy. And they have the exact same armor, so now we can have two different soldiers with the same thing. Okay, this is the time thing. I know I was looking at some of those when I was doing the time travel things. I think one of the time things I did with the time machine came from a time Ninjago set. But regardless, very, very cool figures with this, dark, what is it called? Gunmetal gray, as Jangbricks always says color.
Quite the lineup of minifigs here. I can't wait to see what he does with them.
Oh, actually, I lied. This is not the last thing of his. It was the last thing he bought, but before that, he bought the entire series of the D&D CMF for only $50. What a bargain. All new seal. I think this is in like a donut box or something. He tried to haggle it down to $45, but the seller was like, this is already an incredible deal, and he wasn't wrong. So, hey, for $50, that's $10 off retail, and if you're getting them new now, that's probably like $30 off you can expect to pay. And it's just more fuel to his fantasy custom fire. Before I show my final set, I also bought these two things from one of the vendors, and Jordan was really pushing me to light up the arcade build that I showed at the convention. And I wasn't sure about it. I have never played with lighting before, and it kind of scares me with wires. Like, I'm scared I'm gonna like snap them, and these are not cheap, so I was, the wire was very, very thin. I was like, am I gonna break it? I'm gonna just like waste $18 on this thing. Thankfully, the build actually was like perfectly set up for lighting, even though I did not design it at all. The hole in the floor, everything could go through, like the 3 different levels. The bottom one wasn't lit up, but you never saw that anyway. So the screen was lit up. It looked actually really nice for the World of Light. So hey, I'm glad about this. Well, word of warning, batteries are not included with this, so I also had to buy batteries separately. But you know what? It looked cool, and it was probably worth it, I'll say. But the final set that definitely was worth it is, you can't even fit in the camera, the LEGO Ideas pop-up book set, designed by J.K. Brickworks and another LEGO channel, Grant Davis. I always wanted this set when it released. It's such a cool idea. It actually pops up. There's 2 different like storybooks things that you can add to it, and the entire backdrop folds up inside this book. You can switch them out easily. You can customize and make your own things. I am so excited. This is actually open, so might as well open it. A lot of people are selling sets sealed, and I don't really care about that. Like, yeah, maybe it's interesting for a video to buy something sealed, but honestly, I really just want the, well, first of all, the pieces and just the set in general if I'm gonna use it for a video. But let's take a look at this thing. Yeah. Quite a thick instruction book, and all the pieces are kind of in bags. One of them feels like they didn't bother finishing the set. They just kind of gave up at bag 3. So these ones are still sealed. I really considered buying the set when I did the whole fairy tale storybook video for Winston in Series 23. But now I'll get a second chance to use it in a different storybook themed video. And like I said, this was actually a really good deal compared to buying it on Bricklink, plus saving on shipping, all this stuff really. Buying it in person just saves a lot, even if it looks a little bit expensive at first. But yeah, I kind of went over my budget. Both of us spent probably $150 on all this stuff. Well, I spent a little bit more on like this stuff, so maybe I was closer to $200 or even $300. Oh, I don't like that. But honestly, even that was on the low end of some of my friends that they were buying. Some people are dropping $700, $1,000 on different things. No, thank you. I'm content with what I got as is. And there's always next year. Let me know what your favorite item is in this giant Brickworld haul. Thank you so much for watching. And Big Blue Guy says, it's supposed to be bye.